Hey guys, back again with another DBS discussion video. Oh Bandai, how you like to spoil us with not even one or two, but three secret rares. Three secret rares in the next set. Is it a bit overwhelming? Kind of, but whatever. Let's talk about one of them, because one of them really caught my attention. I mean, they've been like trickling information out. We got the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, we got the Janemba baby. I mean, we have to dip into heroes that much, but okay, here they are. Yay! They're about the same kind of power level as the previous ones, but they weren't the ones I want to talk about. No, let's talk about this one. Dragon Ball's Negative Energy Overflow, the very first extra card ultimate. Now, why do I want to talk about this one in particular? Well, because for the first time we have a truly generic ultimate card. Something you can just chuck in basically any deck, and it does something pretty impressive and quite useful. So I just wanted to go over it quickly because they only just announced it today, and I want to kind of catch, what's a good saying? Catch the bird while the iron is relatively warm or something? I don't know. Anyway, let's look at this card. It's a 7 cost with no specific exact cost requirement, which you will see why in a second. It's an ultimate, obviously. Permanent. Reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 1 for every battle card in your drop area. So as the game wears on, or if you have designed your deck in a specific way, it can go from 7 to 0 very quickly. And because it has no specific color requirements, that means you can basically play it for 0. But that's not the most important part. The most important part is the next effect, which is at the end of this turn, choose all battle cards ignoring barrier and place them in the owner's drop area. Now at first I thought this isn't super relevant. I mean, the fact of the matter is you play it and then the turn ends, but then it's your opponent's turn. So basically they get to play to an empty field, and since it's taken you a while to get to 7 in the drop, most likely the game is worn on a bit. They probably have a lot of energy, but then that one key thing there, activate battle. So you can play this on either turn, not just your own. You can play it on yours or your opponent's. So, your opponent could basically commit to a massive board, and then they can just start to go for the swing, and you get, activate battle to play the balls, and unfortunately, at the end of this turn, you lose everything, because it gets rid of barrier too. So, say goodbye to all that work you put in, because it's all gone bye-bye. Now, of course, pros and cons. Right, pro, obviously, you blow up the whole field, no problem at all the effort and resources, you have it, so you're not going to commit as much to the board, knowing you're going to go into it as then your opponent will. So obviously your opponent is going to lose out more than you will, and even if you don't lose out, even if you lose a few more cards than them, chances are you're playing it because you're in a bad spot. It's just a general 0 cost Kami with no restrictions, easy pop for the entire field. Fantastic. Got to bring a Raigeki into this game at some point. And unfortunately, we have to talk about the con, which is a couple of cons. Number one, you have to use it during battle, so if your opponent is wise to it somehow, like if it's game 2 and they know you're running this, and they're not going to overly commit to a massive board. They'll just commit to playing like a couple of cards, basically try and play around it, and it happens at the end of the turn, so it won't stop your opponent if they're already going to smash you down with 6-7 costs. So it doesn't really do anything in that instance. It'll be good if you can survive. So really, combo cards with this card, things like Flying Nimbus. You Nimbus their leader, and then they go for a swing with their one last attack. You play this, and that's it. Boom! They can't do anything. They have to deal with the damage of that one battle card, and that's it. That's the end of the turn. They lose everything. It goes to your turn. You get all your energy back. They have a clean board. You can start swinging. So there you go. A really good generic ultimate extra card that you can basically put in any deck at all. I can't think of any deck that wouldn't want to run this. Maybe decks that don't run many battle cards? Do those exist right now? I don't really think you can get to a deck that wouldn't get to 7 battle cards in the drop relatively easily. But it should be it's a damn good card. I'm quite happy they brought this into the game, and I'm quite happy that they're kind of expanding the ultimates into more than just big chonguses that you throw onto the field for less and less cost. This is actually a 0 cost, so that's interesting. But anyway, what do you guys think about this card? Are you interested in playing it in maybe a deck or two? Would you prefer running maybe the other ultimates? You want to see me talk about the other ultimates? I'm not super impressed with them, but they're ultimates. They do what they do, but they're just not up my alley, really. Anyway, Hope you guys enjoy that, and I see you all next time.